well. Two very popular bans at the start of the game. The Rapid Fire also gets banned out. That was dropped by replays. He does not want to have to deal with rapid fire submachine guns when he's inside the hard point.
I mean, so far, barely expect the bans. There goes the flashbang by Ricky, but a team like Complexity, they could get pretty creative as well.
Yep.
You know, they're not afraid to ban something like the VMP. You know, you saw that in the LAN Invitational when they were going up against Killer's team. Overclock getting taken out by Nameless. I like that ban. You saw that in the first series of the day.
I'm looking across the room and I see Maven's beautiful shine on his head, and I see a concussion ban in his head. Will it come? There it is. Maven's hair never lies. I saw it across the room, and it came into play. I can't believe that actually just happened.
So the interesting there that happened at the end, Miracles,
it's like a magic 8-ball.
He decided to take out Quick Draw.
Yeah.
So that's like a staple attachment you have on all your guns. That means you're pretty much forced to run fast hands because you're going to need that extra or the speedy aim after sprinting. So I expect to see all these players running fast hands. But now we're in the specialist strap. On the Complexity side, you got Parasite with the Annihilator,
Purifier.
Ricky with the Sight, Nameless with the Kinetic Armor, Purifier getting picked up by replays. If there's one hard point on this map, I can see that being super useful. It's got to be Grandma's.
Oh, I mean, it's the one that it's like the staple, right? Every map you kind of see like, what is the specialist to have on this map, right? Like you could think, okay, well, Scythe is one, this is one. Purifier on this map can make some pretty sick plays. Now, we head into the Creative Classic. You saw the bans, you saw the protects coming in. Expectations to see on this map. What do you think the sub-player is going to be using in the hill, or will we see the VMPs be brought out? Will this be more Kudas? Also, the Man of War earlier on. We saw the Man of War being used so much when the M8 was still in play on this map.
I don't think it's something like that here. I think most of the players in the game, you know, the Ricky, Nameless, Parasite, I think these guys, they have no problem using the M8 if it comes down to it. And same goes for the guys on Luminosity. So I don't think you'll see something like the Man of War be used over the M8. But I still can't get over that quick draw ban because that's going to affect the SMGs a little bit more. You know, how are they going to decide to play this game or this map? You know, what are they going to use? What kind of attachments as well? So maybe you see something like long barrel getting put on. Maybe see something go for like extended mags, maybe stock as well on the SMGs. You've seen pro players decide to use that a bit more and more.
You've even seen Laser Sight. Got brought out earlier on by Lacefield, and as he just dominated that whole last series, it obviously worked out pretty well for him on Fringe Hardpoint. The players are just finishing up their classes, getting those score streaks aligned. Score streaks having a major impact in that first series. You got to wonder the slaying power here. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, the slaying power of Complexity. If they can start getting some score streaks in their favor, that's where I think this team will just run away with games, right? But if the opposing team can keep even with them off the start, even get a couple score streaks of their own, that's where I feel Complexity will begin to struggle. This is a team where they have Parasite, who we've said it, I've been watching COD now for years, and every time his name is brought up, the next thing that's brought up is, you got to wonder, his attitude. The emotional aspect of his team. How will that come into play if Complexity falls behind a little bit early on to Luminosity? As we load into map number 1, Revit, I do it every series. I'm going to ask you again, predictions, who wins this series?
This is another tough matchup, man.
Yeah.
I fully expect this to go to map 5 as well. Yeah, I can't really predict it any other way.
Okay.
I think both these teams are fairly evenly matched up. I think Complexity, they're a bit more practiced in the game types like Search and Destroy, like Uplink, like CTF. But for the hard points, I expect LG to come out swinging here.
I need Saints to go huge for Luminosity. If Saints struggles, I think Complexity win 3-0.
Okay.
If Saints performs well, I think Luminosity...
You're putting all of LG's hopes on the back of Saints?
Yeah, I think that this pickup for this team is the one who will transform this roster into a winning squad. Game 1 of our second match of the night, now underway, Fringe Hardpoint. And it looks like we're watching that man himself, Renato, the beauty of a human being with that LG clan tag, pushing right towards rails.
All right, well, since he's gone all the way around rails, I'm going to switch to somebody who's going to be closer to the hard point. Moving over to the replays, he's got the M8 in his hand as well. Does get taken out over near bricks, so now it's going to be Saints, who did find the kill over near tracks, but now he's making his way over towards front barn. Finds Ricky. Now he's in a bit of a dangerous position, right? He could shoot the Complexity players on the other side. Turns around, finds one player, takes out the RT, but he's going to be able to take down Nameless. Great kill being made by Saints, but the important action going down near the hard point, smoke grenades there. That's going to give Replay some cover, but he gets naded by Nameless.
Saints now already has an HCXD, and I mentioned, if Luminosity could match the slaying power of their opponents off the start, that's where they will begin to excel. Already a 15-second lead and growing for LG.
Yeah, and LG, only 10 seconds remaining on this current hardpoint. You don't really want it. You need to start setting up over towards the next one, but Mirx is there. He's got early position. He's able to find through, and he's going to continuous push over towards the auto side of the map. His teammates know that the rest of the LG players, they're over near the first hardpoint right in the middle of the map. So early control of Junkyard going to complexity.
Beautiful challenge from John to cut down Mir as he sits outside that tin window. Almost a quick turn on there in the Junk hardpoint. Nice two-piece from Nameless. That was actually an HC being called in, but it's immediately blown up and shut down. So, back and forth are we between these two teams. I think I've seen, what, 3-4 laser sights? I mentioned it as this game was starting up. Very popular pick once that quick draw is gone due to all the close engagements. Saints now says, well, you know what? I have one of those HGs of my own. Uses that one to call it in. Saints already 9-4. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just going to say it up front. A lot of my predictions that I've said have kind of come into play so far at the start of this game, and it reflects in the score for Luminosity.
All right, so let's see exactly what he's got. So he's got long barrel grip and laser on the VMP, but you know, only 10 seconds remain on this hardpoint. It's all about the rotation. Now, look at the complexity players, man. Aside from Ricky, they are all so far away. Ricky's going to challenge, and Saints, he's set up in the anchor position, just going to maintain control of spawns for his team. And just like I was saying, LG, I expected them to come out swinging early in this hardpoint, and they're doing exactly that as they're up by 27 points.
Right now, everyone on Luminosity holding their own, and you can see the slaying isn't too far out of hand, right? But it seems like they're playing better as a team. Talk about that function right here. Now that it's back in Black Ops 3, in AW, you can get away a little bit more with kind of boosting by yourself and utilizing the movement system to try to play some little bit of a crazy 1v2 engagements to try to win those. In Black Ops 3, with the spawn system, with spawning all the way out, you need to push as a team. Right now, you're just seeing one challenge, one by one challenges, one by one challenges. John picks up another kill there. It seems like Luminosity is just playing as a better team right now, Revin.
I mean, when it comes down to hardpoint, this is how hardpoint should be played. You need to rotate as a team. You need to push as a team. That's going to, you know, when you look into, like, the percentages, right? That's the higher percentage play. If we push this out as a team, we have a higher percentage of taking control of the spawns, of breaking the hardpoint. Now the Annihilator's getting taken out by Space. He moves over towards tracks.
Oh, this could be,
you saw
this could be so lethal.
How they dominated this hardpoint against DT. Let's see if any of these teams can replicate that success.
Streaks in the hands of John. He's got his kinetic armor as well. He doesn't use it right there. He gets EMP'd, so thankfully for him, he didn't wind up calling that one in, or else it would have been shut down. The Semtex is really popular between all these professional players. Miracles and Nameless chain together 3 kills. They're still down, though, by about 45 seconds. 30 seconds left in this first rotation. Right here, they could absolutely bring this game back into reach.
And you see the guys from LG, they are spawning pretty far away from that hardpoint. Yeah. Parasite, he still has this Annihilator. Another round of kills made by Complexity. And this is the thing with Complexity, right? If they're able to get the setup they want, they're going to hold it for that entire time, right? It's just a matter of, are they able to rotate in time? Are they able to get to that situation? And, you know, they were down by, what was it going into this hardpoint, like 60 points?
60 seconds.
Now it's within 20.
Now it's within 20. Parasite has that Annihilator, which will be so lethal on this hill. Look at the map awareness of Parasite to pick up the flank. That's going to keep the spawns in his team's favor, as they will continue to spawn right in that back Randy's area. But as I mentioned that, one player spawned all the way outside by Barn. Who was that out there? Was that Parasite across the map? We won't see as of it. Yes, it was. Parasite has that Annihilator top Barn. This is where things can get out of hand quite quickly for Luminosity.
All right, so in the middle of the hard point with the Annihilator, finds one, takes down Saints. Those get traded out pretty quickly after that. And I think around like 25 seconds remaining, so 5 seconds more left in this hard point. I think you need to start changing your focus over towards the Junkyard. Maybe send 1, 2 guys to try to contest or try to get the scrap time. But that Junkyard hardpoint, if you get early control, like, it's really important to get there before the other team.
Saints again reads the play from Miracles like a book, immediately turns, catches him off guard with the scythe. Parasite, using that same play we saw from Saints earlier, gets himself in a position where he's about to break it, calls in the HC, gets the kill he needs, and then floods the hard point. Love to see plays like that with those score streaks, making a major impact on the series. Yet again, the lead back up to about 50 seconds for Luminosity and growing.
All right, you know, I get it, right? The HCX, or, you know, you want to move fast with the afterburner, right? And you don't want to waste the extra points on the perk 1 greed. You don't want to use the flak jacket, but I see a lot of nades being used. I see a lot of HCXDs being used. You need to have these backup classes, because if you just throw in like a flak class, it makes a lot of these things a lot useless. As John, he calls in the lightning strike, takes out one of his teammates, but also 2 complexity players. Now he moves in, finds Ricky, and he's now 50 points away from his next score streak.
John, 23 and 17 on a 3 streak, a minute and 35 seconds to his name. He's the Renaissance man right now, making it all happen for his team. Replays now beginning to rotate down towards mid-street. And I've been seeing a lot of players elect to use that grip on their M8. Obviously, quick draw being banned out definitely makes a change on that one. We'll see if it continues to pay off for these players. Now, the long barrel, Elo, stock inside the hard point with that L-Car secondary. He's got 2 trophies to use as well. Beautiful use of kinetic armor to break the hill from John.
And now look at where Complexity is spawning all the way across the map. Great break by LG, but now you got Mirx. He's here waiting. He finds one, takes down Saints on the staircase, does find another 3 go down for LG.
And he still
hard point now back in control. And look at the spawns. The guys from LG, they're spawning near the junkyard. They're going to try to fight right through the middle of the map. Great patient play by Mirx as Complexity capitalized on that as they're still clawing their way back into the game.
And now you said patient play, worked as a team. He had teammates there to back him up as well, because once he got those 2 kills in the hard point, the 2 kills came from outside as well, and it was a perfect sweep. That's completely different than the Complexity we saw in the first half, Reben. I mean, I think you can attest to that. The last time we were on this hill, it was, what, all single pushes? And now it looks like LG and Complexity have completely just flipped spots.
Yeah, pretty much Complexity, they should be able to, you know, come close to tying up the game here.
Wow.
LG, they're all the way across the map. They're going to cut their losses here and start the rotation over towards the track's hard point. Now, you know, this upcoming hard point could be a bit iffy. Sometimes you see it contested for most of the time. But what we've been seeing from not only H2K, but also Complexity, the last time this hard point came around, you push out both sides, you force the other team to spawn halfway across the map, and you're able to lock it down for a good chunk of the time.
How many HC kills have we seen so far this game? I would put it closer towards 10 more than anything. 3 players now wall running across. It's going to be up to Spacey to try to stop this push.
Nice.
Gets a close range gunfight with the M, and he's still alive somehow. No, what just happened? Saints there to help clean him up. Staying alive, and the hard point is Spacely. Finally, he does fall. It seemed like he was invisible there for a little bit as players were just missing all the shots in the world. Heat wave being used by their opponents. John letting one player soar right above him. He knows he's got the ARs of his teammates there, and Luminosity hold off again as John picks up the 2-piece. He's now 31 and 22. What a game 1 for this series between these 2 squads.
He ain't stopping anytime soon.
Oh
that
my
was
goodness.
A great series of plays from the entire Luminosity squad. I mean, Replays is struggling a little bit, yeah, but, you know, Saints, he was helping out John, saved Spacely's life there. Just a great overall series of plays.
Let's watch Parasite pretty quick. 34 and 23. Has that Annihilator again. The last time he was in this position on the first hard point, he wasn't able to do too much. Now he's electing to rotate towards this brick side. He's sitting by those dub windows. He's got one player inside here, wins that gun battle. The lightning strike called in by Mirx. This is another example of a team-coordinated push by Complexity. We'll see if it pays off.
All right, Parasite makes his way inside, but as soon as he exits Bricks, he gets taken down. However, they still maintain control of the hard points, so they are still racking up points. Here comes Mirx trying to give his teammates some help. The smoke's going down, cutting off that line of sight, and here comes Parasite around the flank once again, but he can't see through the smoke. Nate's coming out, he turns around, he gets cleaned up, moving back over to John. Not only is John leading his team in terms of kills, he has 2 minutes and 15 seconds inside the hard point.
He is really doing everything for his squad. He's the reason why they're in the lead right now. Still, Luminosity somehow narrowly edging out Cole in this game, and here comes the Purifier. He's just going to pre-fire this entire Bricks area and back alley. He gets one, gets an assist, gets the second there. 4 dead for Cole. What a hold for Luminosity as their lead is back up to 40 seconds.
And we were expecting the Purifier to get taken out over near the Grandma's Hill, but Replay saying, you know what? If I use this now, if I get a couple of kills, it's going to be really good for my team. As 3 go down for Complexity once again. Ricky now the furthest one push up, but he's got the sight in his hand, and just like that, they turn it around. They pick up a couple kills in the name. Ricky continuing on the tear, finding more kills, does earn himself the lightning strike. Let's see when he decides to use it, because it's getting pretty close to that time where LG is getting pretty close to closing out the game.
Yeah, they need to make a comeback happen right now. Cole already found themselves down by close to a minute and a half earlier on in this game. They came back once. Can they do it again? They've already rotated here towards top grandmas. They've got one player watching tin, that's Nameless with that RK5. The pressure now down through middle street. RK5 making it happen again is Nameless, and it looks like Cole have the setup they want. Parasite shuts down Replays. 60 seconds between these two teams. Can they make the comeback happen?
All right, I like what LG's doing here. You see them grouping up on the minimap, pushing as a team. The lightning strike gets called in. Does find Ricky, and now Parasite, he's got a lot of work to do here. Finds one, takes down John, turns around near the goal.
What?
Does find Spacely. Nameless finds the third, and that push thwarted by Complexity. Saints, the first one, push up once again, but he gets shut down by Parasite, who's continuing to lock down this anchor position like a boss.
This reminds me so much of Slums in that back fountain cover area where you can only have your head be seen. Parasite staying alive, trucking through 43 and 28 on a 6 streak, bringing that HG in, gets a kill as well. No flak jacket, and they brought themselves back in it again. Twice we've seen Luminosity completely pull away. Parasite knows he needs to stay alive. If he could get a lightning right now for that last center hard point, that would be absolutely crucial for his team. He's 1 kill away. He's doing all he can to stay alive, trying to give his teammates some help. He knows they can't give them too much time here. They've got to go in for the contest anytime now.
They're going to have Miracles contest while Parasite kind of watches his back. Nameless finds
Here comes the push.
And now they're going to make the push just like that. And he gets the Hellstorm missile as well. Only has 1 burst left, but this is where Complexity, they could take the lead in the game.
What was that challenge from Parasite? He just ran out with the RK5, immediately falls. He's got 1 teammate left, and Spacely shuts him down. Parasite has spawned back up, though. He's just doing all he can to contest. He knows he's got the streaks for that next hill. Replays, kills his own teammate with an HGXD. Ricky's now there. He's in a one-on-one engagement across the tracks. So back and forth. Complexity just needs to hold on, and that's 3 dead for Luminosity. Complexity still with a chance to be alive.
And the one thing that's starting to get scary, there's only 30 seconds remaining on the game clock. So if Luminosity continue to contest these hard points, it could end just by time alone. But the Hellstorm missile gets called in by Parasite. Miracles finds kill. It's going to be Ricky inside the hard point to contest for a moment. But now it's going to be Replays there. He's over near top Grandma's. It's Complexity inside the hard point. They're about to take the lead.
Complexity have tied the game back up. 22 seconds left. Still some score streaks left to be used. The hill now in control of Luminosity. But both teams doing all they can to try to get in the hard point. You can see right now, Nameless trying to stay alive, but Replay spots him. What a heads-up play. The 2-piece, almost the 3-piece from John. 10 seconds left on the game clock. Challenge is continuing to come in. So back and forth is Replays. He's doing all he can. It's tied back up again. The heat wave is used. So close are both of these teams. It's coming down to the final moments. This will decide who wins map number 1. Luminosity back in the hill. They're back up by 3. Spacely doing all he can with his M8 to stay alive.
2 more points.
He's dancing around, and he's gonna do it. Luminosity wins it in the final moments. John putting on a show. 46 and 39, 2.5 minutes in the hill. What a game to close out map number 1. Parasite,
50
he dropped the 50 bomb for the loss. Oh, Christopher Duarte, you are salty right now, my friend.
Defense, they know where they want to attack on offense.
Well, we have begun to hop in to the ban and protect phase. Shiva off the map right away. That's going to be John banning that one out. We'll see where the rest of the phase goes from here. You can see Ricky taking his time to find the exact correct thing to ban out. And, well,
that's fine.
The correct thing for him is going to be that Vesper.
Yeah, not too surprising at all. Especially if we don't see something like Overkill get banned here. High Caliber going to get banned out by Miracles once again. Very common along with Rapid Fire. So far the first half of the picks and ban phase, all things that you really could have predicted.
Yeah, Rapid Fire going away. Nothing too crazy here so far. Now is when I think, though, we'll see some things stray off the beaten path. Maybe we don't see concussion ban here. Maybe we will. We'll have to find out. You expect trophies on this map. See protected. That's the type of stuff, right, that changes up a game.
Yeah.
Nameless saying, you know what? We want to see these tacticals put in use. Let's get that quick protect on it. Everyone expects the concussion ban to come next. As you can see from the prediction I made earlier with Maven's hair from across the room. But Parasite and Replays last up. What do you want to see in these final 2 picks?
Well, you still got Overkill in there, right? You still have Smokes in there.
Okay.
There's the trophies ban and the Overkill ban.
Wait. Oh, I like that. I
don't mind that at all.
Yeah, I was about to say I thought I misread the name for a second, and that trophies were banned by Luminosity, but no.
Nah, Parasite
banned out by Parasite. So Nameless protects the concussions. Parasite bans out the trophies, and already off the start, there's the kinetic armor picked up by John. Ricky answers back with the active camo.
All right, so camo, of course, gonna get picked up by Saints. Kinetic armor by Miracles. So far, a mirror matchup by both these teams. The same specialists getting used. Nameless with the Psychosis. Let's see what these guys use. So still something like Overdrive available to pick. Might see that get used. Glitch. Finally, we see that specialist get picked by Spacely. I know you love Glitch. You make some sick plays with it.
I love Glitch more than I love most things in life. I'm just going to say it up front. It's probably the best thing that's ever happened to me as a person. Vision Pulse picked up by Parasite, and then finally Psychosis by Replays. This map, I'm still torn on how I feel about Psychosis on it, especially near that B site. A lot of times you call on the Psychosis,
they just run
right off the map, and you're like, that was the biggest waste of anything ever. Maybe a heat wave.
Well, that tells you where Nameless is going to be playing on the map, right? He's either going to be over near middle, or he's going to be near the A-bomb site.
In lobby, yeah. So it's those little things that you kind of got to begin to pick up on. Now you expect Nameless to go towards that middle area of the map. But Overkill banned out. Will we still see snipers in play? It's very popular near top broken, near top glass, as well as top AC. That's my big question mark here between these two teams. Cold-blooded is still available. You got thermal still available. You got smoke still available. A lot of variety. A lot of variables, coming into this game too.
I definitely think you will see at least one sniper on this map.
Okay.
But something else I'd love to talk about is the protect on the concussions and the ban on the trophies.
I like that.
So now you need to be mindful of your third perks, right? Do I run Blast Suppressor and Tac Mask? Do I run Dead Silence and Tac Mask? Do I just call their bluff and say, I don't think they're going to use the stun grenades. I think it was just a bluff. Because it's completely possible nobody from Complexity uses it.
Yeah. And with trophies gone, you think, okay, if there's a place now people go, it's going to be towards that B site, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the concussions will be thrown.
That's at least the most common bomb site that we see attacked.
When you go for a push on that B site, that's one where, as a leader, you make that call of, hey, guys, we don't need Dead Silence there, because you know what? We push right for that. We utilize tac to brute force through it. We plant that bomb, and then we just play corners.
Yeah.
Dead Silence doesn't affect that. That's something you see very often in Search and Destroy matches online, and you'll be seeing it here in the World League. Also, what comes into play is now you expect, hey, they're probably going to want to run Dead Silence if they come towards lobby. So maybe we have our concussion player maybe go towards there. Because now if an A push comes, you toss out one good stun, that's an easy two-piece.
And so often we see teams just do like a very aggressive middle push, right?
Yep.
So things like the concussion being used there could really slow down that push and make your players that are playing over near the middle vents a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, toss that right over that middle hut. Get one good stun, peek out from either side, easy kill, easy first blood. We're also going to have to see which players have been kind of studying up, watching that bottom middle wall run, watching that outskirts as you can go around the outer side of the sign to catch your opponents off guard. A lot of things to look for. In this game number 2, the map is loading in. Breach, Search, and Destroy between Complexity and Luminosity. Revan thinks Complexity's taking this one 6-3. I'm siding with him as well with that. Actually, that exact same round count. That's what I was leaning towards. Heading into this one, Revan, you can see right here, Luminosity on offense. Who are we watching off the start?
Well, quickly, I just want to flip through these players. I just want to see, is anybody using Tac Mask? No, they're not. In fact, everybody from Luminosity.
You think it's an A push, right? You think it's and here it comes. That's very expected.
Okay, so starting things off with John. Immediately the stun goes out towards mid-map. Those connect. Nate follows up. He gets some shots. Might be able to find the kill. Does not, but I don't think he expects this player to be that aggressive. It's going to be Ricky. As John pushes up, might find Ricky right around the corner here. Does hear the boost from the thrust. Finds first blood on to Ricky.
Oh, that bottom middle wall run, too, can have perfect timing for whoever that is. Did Parasite spot Nameless above him? No, that's actually... Oh, sorry, Replays spots Parasite right above him. Sorry, I got him all mixed up. The bomb is planted at the A site. Saints just going to play a corner. Wait for his team to be there. Only 10 bullets in his clip, though. He did see the shadow. Yeah, nice dude done by him, and that's a quick first round win for Luminosity.
And now if you're Complexity, because LG started out with that very quick A push, and they were super successful at it, now you need to be mindful in future defensive rounds. Okay, maybe we send at least one guy there. Do you need some help? What's our protocol? If you need help, do you back up? Do you try to maintain position? We'll see how that plays out in the future rounds.
And it's really kind of what we expected, right? They went towards A. They all had Dead Silence on. We'll see how that changes up for a B type of push off the start of this one. It's going to be Miracles. And look what he has. Tac Mask. This time, though, he's electing to give up Blast Suppressor. He did just make a ping on the map as his bar reached full. Fully expect him to slide into this room before he double jumps outside anywhere.
Well, he does have black, right? So he could really just go right onto that bomb. He's got his teammates right behind him. Ricky a bit further behind, but Parasite right next to him. And there you go. They push up. Parasite just trying to force this player on top class to back down.
Does he have a sniper up there? Oh, Replays does have a sniper and just picked Parasite right off that sign covering. Nice first blood for him. He's just going to continue to play his life. Remember, if you are just tuning in, there is no overkill. That was banned out for this game, too. Replay's doing all he can to just quickly peek. He's going to wait for his full health to come back, so he can't just get one bursted by the M8. And they're just going to say, all right, boys, let's rotate. But you could see Luminosity not over-rotating. They have 2 players.
They only have
map.
one guy over near
One
B,
near
and that was
A.
replays.
And this is a fantastic setup for Luminosity.
All right, so Complexity, they're starting to run out of time, man. 25 seconds left on the clock. Let's go over to Mirx. He's got the bomb in his hand, and as he jumps inside the lobby, he gets taken down immediately by Saints. There might just not even be enough time for these guys to get the bomb planted, as it's going to be Ricky making his way inside. He gets taken down. Luminosity, they're catching me off guard here, man.
Yeah.
I did not expect them to be this good in Search and Destroy.
Not at all, and you could see it comes down to communication. Replays, how many do you spot? 2, maybe 3 pushing towards B? If that's me, their top glass, I'm squealing like a small child saying, I need help, I need help, and I'm having everybody rotate. There, Replays keeps his composure, hits a disgusting jumping shot. Hey, they backed off. We kept our players at A and mid-map. No holes in the setup. Great stuff from them, and there's that curtains, that stage thermal being used, gives you that tight red dot to hit on your opponents. This is the one I like to use when I'm sniping with the SVG.
Yeah, great adjustment by Complexity to start that round. They played 2 on the A-bomb site, completely shut down the push from Luminosity. Parasite falls off the map, but it doesn't matter. Nameless finds the round, and he kill cam. We're going to see it right here.
Yeah, it was actually the wind from Replays' missed shot that pushed Parasite off the map. Nameless, though, with the swift 1 burst, he's going to put Complexity on the board. Still down 2-1. Beautiful start, though. I believe that's Replays that's 4-1, if you can check that scoreboard.
I'm going to go over to him.
Yeah, he's continuing to show up after a frustrating game 1. He does have that RC as well.
Yeah, so normally we don't watch too much of the defensive teams, but Replays, he just had a phenomenal first round. Ooh, does find 1 early person, and that's some valuable information. Hey, guys, you know, they showed some over near B. But it's not going to force anybody from LG to rotate. They have a lot of confidence in Replays. And if things get a little out of hand, you know, he always has that HCXD if he wants to put pressure onto that bomb site.
And you can see exactly how he's playing this. He's only peeking for a quarter of a second, right? He barely even shows himself. Can't connect with any shots of the player on side, and now they're going to fully push him, and he completely shuts down Parasite. And look at how Replays plays it, right? He doesn't panic. He hits the shot when he realizes, hey, I actually do need help. Saints is right there to pick up another kill, and now it's Ricky left in the 1v4. Oh, Replays, now you're just getting a little bit too fancy. That was not the best challenge. His teammates there to clear it up. 3-1 Replays. What a start you're having, my friend.
All right, so if you're on Complexity, you either need somebody with a sniper to challenge Replays, or you just give up completely on that B-bomb site. Because right now they are not having too much success. That first kill he had, man, that was absolutely crazy. Spacey just comes along the wall run, very quick to help him out. As Luminosity, they're going to take a 3-1 lead.
But also something to point out is Sniper can only shoot 1 bullet at once, right? If 2 players go off, you can't kill both at one time. Complexity kind of electing there to say, hey, you're going to get this kill. Let's put all the pressure on you to get it. When Replays kills him, they're like, oh, we weren't expecting that quickscope to happen when Replays was stunned. That's the big difference maker in that round. Now Replays slowly pushing up with that VMP. Not the best push there by himself. He gets first blooded by Ricky.
All right, so he gets taken down, and he had his Psychosis available to use, so we won't see that used in this round, but basically he needs to check his corner here. He will do so, and he responds by taking down Miracles, and that was the defender over near the A bomb site. Next closest player is going to be Parasite, playing right near the middle hut. But you look at the guys from LG, they're a bit spread out right now. Aside from Spacely and Saints, you got John on the other side of the map. Gotta watch out for the flank. I'm going to highlight Parasite. Let's keep an eye out for him.
Has that glitch ready to go. If he plants this bomb, he will get his first score streak. Across the map is Parasite going on that far flank. This timing, oh my god, this timing can be so... Oh my god, that
just
timing
barely missed it.
Was so unfortunate for Complexity fans. Spacely now is going to go plant that bomb. Now, what would be the worst thing in the world is if this player mid-maps turns and sees Parasite. Not going to work out in his favor. Parasite checks that bomb. Oh, what a beautiful glitch. He gets the bomb planted, and Saints picks up the kill. It's now a 2-on-2. What a disgusting use of glitch, showing why that specialist is so good. And now it leaves Ricky in the 1v2. What just happened on my screen?
That was the most perfectly timed glitch
I've
seen it in a long time.
Yeah.
As soon as the bomb goes down, that's when Parasite decides to challenge. It's basically quick on the bumpers right there, and Ricky, he gets shot in the back, taken down. Luminosity, they go up 4-1. Great play by Spacey right there.
Let's think of everything that had to work out right there, right? Parasite had to hesitate to kill the player middle map. Then as he drops down, begins to shoot the player. Before the animation of putting the bomb down is even done, he's glitched out.
Yeah.
Saints is already there watching over middle map. Parasite can't even react. Parasite's standing there in shock.
What just happened?
And Saints just drops him with a headshot. Beautiful teamwork again. Saints is 7-1 right now, leading his team and the game in kills.
Too.
Camo, he's got an HC. I fully expect him to use Camo this round to push right
pop
through.
It right here.
Yeah, look at the 4-man pressure though through middle map by Complexity. We'll see if it pays off.
I mean, LG, they have 2 players set up there. Replays is going to push forward. Spacely takes down Parasite. That was a response for him taking down John, but let's move. Actually, Saint doesn't look like he's going to find any action soon as Complexity. They've made things a bit more chaotic in this round, and it's working out in their favor. They have the 1-man advantage, so Spacely's in a good position right here. 2 players right in front of him. Finds the players, can't connect with the kill, as now Saints left alive in a 1-on-3.
If there's any player who could make this happen, it is Saints. Did they spot him going through bottom broken? It does appear so. He is able to get 1 kill on Nameless. He's going to wind up playing his life. Miracles is not there for the trade. Will he elect to rotate all the way back to the middle of the map if he uses this wall run right now? That
could use his car too.
His best opportunity. Does he though elect to use the HG? I don't know if I agree with that one. He's got 1 player right above him. Has he been hurt? He picks up the M8. They should have heard him pick up that gun. I would assume so. Yeah, they know exactly where he is. He goes to challenge a bomb. That's not going to do it. 4-2. Complexity still fighting to stay alive.
All right, so finally Complexity answers back. And let's see if this can turn into some momentum for Complexity. Finally, something goes their way. They trade kills middle map. They make the rotation. They fight the 2-on-1 on the Spacely over near construction. And from there, they get the bomb down. They win the 2-on-1 versus Saints. And they shut them down from earning even more streaks. So I want to flip through these LG players. So you got, what is it, 1, 2, 3 HC cards to use, 2 specialist abilities. I feel expect them to use at least 1 HC here.
Yeah, and now you've got to expect.
Oh, perfect.
And now you've got to expect, right, the beautiful use of Camo to push towards bottom middle. They have no idea he's here, but he gives away his position. That's heartbreaking right there for Luminosity. An example of a play that doesn't go in their favor that might come back to bite them later on in the game.
Spacey does spot 1 player over near top AC with the HC. It's going to be replays, takes down Nameless. So they do respond with a kill of their own, but you know, that was a good opportunity for Saints to open up with first blood. Unfortunately, it just doesn't finish the kill. Narrowly misses there. Spacey moves out to the bomb. He gets taken down. In the meantime, it's replays. He finds 1, make it 2, takes down Miracles and Ricky. So it is all down to Parasite in this round. And as I switch over to him, he gets cleaned up by John. Luminosity, they're looking fantastic in the search.
I'll be honest with you. I was not expecting to see Cole come out this flat in S&D, but I don't know if it's Cole playing flat or Luminosity just making the plays happen. You saw replays 2 rounds in a row on defense with that sniper. Basically single-handedly win his team the round. You've got replays as well as Saints already with 8 kills to their name. They have 2 HCs. They have specialists to use. There's 3 players actually in the lobby right now with HCs ready to go. Looks like Complexity going for a full B push. Nobody is here yet for LG to hold this off.
All right, so Ricky does spot a player going on the early flank Parasite with first blood. Ricky, can he respond with one of his own? Yes, he does. So good start for Complexity, and it looks like Nameless did pop his Psychosis, so that's 1 less specialist ability.
Nameless popped his Psychosis. Replays popped his Psychosis, though, as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Psychosis versus Psychosis.
Yes, so both of those players have used their specialists. You can see Spacely, the 1 player now pushing towards that bomb. Yeah, this is not going to be a round win. It's Saints last alive. Ronaldo, I've got faith in you, my friend, but with a setup like that, a player using that head cover on the bomb, no shot of you clutching up this round when you see the defuse.
Does he just jump off the map or wait out the time? Because you don't want that bomb to explode. Maybe. But you don't want to feed any score.
Yeah.
It's not like he's working towards any streaks of his own as well. But he gets taken down by Parasite. Complexity, they win 2 rounds in a row. And they keep this going. I mean, Luminosity, that was like their risk-taking round, right? You had 1 player just run right through the middle of the map, try to see if they could get something done. Now, coming into this next round when they're going to be on offense, I expect them to play this a bit more standard.
I have some bad news for you.
Jermaine?
Cole only won 1 round in a row. So now they have no momentum. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, so no, they did win that round.
Yeah.
Can they chain it now is the big thing, as you mentioned, with the momentum, if they win the second one in a row. Looks like LG electing to go towards this A site. Love the aggression through middle map by Complexity. But unfortunately, Spacely is there to pick up a kill on Parasite. Where did he just kill him from? Was that from top? That was from top AC. 2-bin map with the VMP. 6 shots from Spacely.
All right, so Complexity, they're relying on Miracles big time right here. He's the closest player towards this A-bomb site. As Spacely, he spots his gun, fires down some shots, and not only that, gets the information. Replays is there to pick up the kill. Is traded by Nameless. It's a 3-on-2. You're calling this over already?
Oh, they're going for the push through spawn. I love this decision because worst comes to worst here. They trade the kill. It's a 4v1. Nameless is right.
He spots everyone.
And he puts 2 bursts in,
Good
and
call.
that's going to do it. 6-3 for Luminosity. You know, we both corrected the same round count and the correct round count, but for the complete wrong team.
Yeah, you said it pretty well, Jack. I did not expect the complexity to come out and to search and destroy
It looks so
this flat.
Yeah.
No, I thought they were pretty.
When we've now hopped to the Ban and Protect, and already the Vesper and Shiva off the board.
All right, so Shiva expected. Vesper, yeah, I guess as well, even though this is more of like a long-range map. You don't want anybody to completely dominate those close-range engagements. Rapid fire going to come out after that. What are some of the other things you expect to see get taken out for this map?
Wouldn't be surprised to see the tacticals get hit again. We saw the tacticals be a big thing in the Ban and Protect in Game 2. Right now, though, the first 4 bans, I think, have been almost the same in every single game. Will Afterburner be banned? We saw that ban in the last matchup. Not quite sure where their minds are at. There goes the concussion. You expect the flashbang to follow from replays. Also, the overclock is still available, and overdrive. Maybe those will be the last 3. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, overdrive, a pretty consistent ban. And the Game 3s and the Game 4s. Fully expect to see that go.
Okay, there goes
There's
flashbang.
the flashbang. So waiting on something like the overdrive.
Maybe the 2 overs, the overclock and overdrive. That's what I'm thinking. Go more than anything. I mean, you're not going to see any protect, so it's going to be 2 bans. The interesting thing though is Afterburner stays up. You still got that M8 in play. The VMPs right now, I'm definitely leaning towards Luminosity in what we've seen so far from John this series. Kinetic armor and
overdrive.
Okay,
so overdrive stays in.
Overdrive does stay in play. That I think is going to be picked up by both teams. I mean, you can't pass up having overdrive because it makes an opportunity where, hey, there's no way I can run this drone in by myself. Pop overdrive, hit 1 boost slide, in. Nameless picks it first in the game.
Yeah, and it could also be something that, gives your team an extra boost of momentum. Oh, 3 guys go down, overdrive right to the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Zip across, get that easy 1-2 point play. Parasite goes with the Annihilator here. I got to say, I love the Annihilator on this match specifically. I think it's a very mobile one-shot kill weapon. You can peek in and out of all these different windows. Camo getting picked up by Spacey. That's interesting. Now, we didn't spectate Fizzr too much on this map, but I also didn't see if the camo got much use or much effective use. We'll see if Spacey has something different to use, but Mirx also has that available for him.
Well, overdrive picked up by both teams like we expected. The Scythe picked last for either of these 2 players. We saw earlier on this map how powerful that specialist is, especially when you get either in top bedroom window, in top church. That middle of the map is yours when you have that in hand. But with overdrive, the first time we've seen it in play in the objective game modes, I believe. Yeah, I don't think we've seen it in any of the objective game modes so far.
Saw it in Surge.
Yeah, but really not in the Uplink or CTF. So looking forward to seeing how it impacts this game. Now, this is one where overclock is banned out, so you can't overdrive every second.
Yeah.
But will we wind up seeing it used right away, or will they wait for a perfect time? Because this is one where, I mean, it's almost like guaranteed points, right? If you use it at the right time.
Well, it should be guaranteed
points, yeah. But you could also use it more often. Let's say you spawn up and you're like, okay, you know what? I need to get across Snow Street quicker. I need to do this quicker. Yeah. There's no chance for a point, but hey, you catch the opponents off guard. You regain map control. Now you've given yourself a better opportunity to score. That'll be interesting to see how these players work that.
Yeah, that's a dialogue you need to have with your team.
Yeah.
You need to have your teammates input. Guys, should I use my overdrive in this situation? Should I use it on that? Maybe they have a predetermined, dialogue where they're like, I only want you to use the overdrive when you could score. That's it. I don't want you to use it to break out of the spawn trap. I don't want you to use it to gain any sort of position on the map. Anytime you can put points on the board, use your overdrive. But yeah, I'm sure these guys have spoken amongst each other, and I'm sure they know when they're going to use it. But I always say, whenever there's a good opportunity to get some effective use out of your specialist, just go ahead and use it. Yeah,
for sure. Especially when you have such a strong ability like that one. The players are going through their score streak edits. There's a full look again of all the specialists being brought out. If you are just tuning in, Luminosity shocking both Revan and I up 2-0 in this series. They looked very strong in Game 2. In Game 1, they were able to hold on narrowly at the end. The map is loading up. Game number 3, uplink on Infection. Whew, this one I feel like is going to be close.
I mean, I want to say it's going to be close, but so far all my predictions have been wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is going to be a blowout game.
Okay.
It's going to be very one-sided. Maybe then we'll get a closer game.
All right. Well, we'll see if you are the reason why some of these matches have been jinxed for yourself. As we head into this Game 3, though, I'm making the decision who we watch at the start.
Who is it?
I want to watch John.
Okay.
He was a major difference maker at the start of game 1. Now he finds himself on another map that can be dominated by ARs. He's got that VMP in hand with the Heatwave Specialist. Let's see what he can get done.
All right, so using perk 1 greed here, he's got Black Jacket, he's got Afterburner, so he's going to be able to get up this snow street pretty quickly. But he's going to be met with some opposition. It's going to be Parasite putting in some shots, but John, he's got some help. As 2 go down for Complexity, make it 3. LG off to a hot start. Miracle's the final player alive. He's over near the barn side of the map, getting closed in on as John finds that kill. John already has 2 kills as he's going to push through this barn side of the map. We saw how important it was to control this side of the map as he absolutely shreds Ricky right there.
Dude, John is sick. He just picks up 3 kills. Bold play, super confident in his gun skill. Now they've already got the drone in the opposing team's base. The toss goes in. That's a point on the board just 40 seconds in. Luminosity are a force to be reckoned with here on day 1.
All right, so maybe it's Luminosity that's on the more favored side because that's what we've seen so far, at least in today's games. It's been a bit easier for these guys to just, once they get barn control, they have that set toss. But John, he's going to miss the toss right there. But it doesn't matter. He's going to continue to push forward. The drone will get picked up by Miracles and toss off the map. Good save by Complexity. That's going to buy them a little bit more time.
There was the 1 missed point toss, so that's why it landed all the way back there behind that headstone. Beautiful nade from Miracles, though, to stop the aggression. He gets a 2-piece as well. That's what you love to
He's
see
already got streaks.
From the world champion, and Saints has streaks. He's 8-1. We didn't even notice there the 8 streak he was on. Replays now continuing to hold down this connector area. Beautiful timing there on Parasite. Luminosity, relentless pressure so far through the first 90 seconds.
And here comes Saints, 8-1, man, as he posts up over near the B stairs, finds one, takes down Nameless. Complexity, just like we saw from H2K, they are really just fighting to get out of their base.
Yeah.
Trying to get any sort of control they can. And finally, 2 go down for LG. This might be a good opportunity for Complexity to establish some middle map presence.
Well, Miracles doing all he can to establish that mid-map presence. Unfortunately, though, he does fall to the hands of John. Ricky, oh my gosh, he just swapped to his secondary pistol as the player began to peek. He does get the better of replays, though. Nameless has been spotted. He has that overdrive, and here's where you begin to question, when does he use this for his team? Does he just grab the drone if he can and run it? Or does he try to push out of his base with it? Where does it come into play? 2.5 minutes, though, into this game. And right now, Luminosity still are up by 1.
Yeah, I really want to be mindful of watching as much Nameless as possible right now, because just like you, I'm curious to see what he's going to do. And there you see a smoke grenade coming out, just blocking off the lines of sight for Luminosity, you know, trying to negate the effects of posting up behind cover over near their tank and allowing the SMG players for Complexity to push up. Parasite with the HCXD finds one. Pushing forward is going to be Ricky. Moving over to Nameless once again. He gets shut down. And so far, aside from that early surge we saw from Luminosity, the game has really calmed down a bit. Both these teams are fighting for middle map control. Drone will get picked up momentarily by replays as he's going to push it forward. And 3 go down for LG. Where's Spacely in all this? Trying to hold over near his tank. Finds one in front of him. Can't pick up the kill. It's going to be Complexity pushing forward.
And here's where that spawn trap can come into play. Unfortunately, though, not enough pressure pushed up far enough. Ricky boost slides all the way to the back. He's going to go for the toss. That's going to connect in for the 1-point play. The Hellstorm did get called in by Saints, but it wasn't able to pick up Ricky just before the toss goes in. Their base has been cleared, but to our first 3.5 minutes of play, it's all knotted up 1-1.
Yeah, also Miracles, as he was escorting Ricky, who had the drone, he popped his camo just to try to give him some extra cover. Smoke's coming out. Once again, as Nameless speaking around still has that overdrive available to use. It's going to be LG. They respond, so they're going to take control of middle map. They now have drone control. It's going to be Saints goes for that 1-point toss, but he misses. Can he slay around and maybe recover this? Doesn't look like he'll be able to, as Ricky, he takes control, just going to go ahead, throw it off the map, buy his team some time to kind of reset and regain control.
Now here's where you start to look towards the end of this game, right? Already 2 very easy 1-point plays missed by Luminosity. The score should be 3-1 in favor of LG. Instead, it's still tied up 1-1. Complexity still have a chance, even though they've been fighting for the back foot this whole game.
Okay, so it's going to be Miracles just trying to hold Grave. He's got Parasite right next to him. Oh, Saints just shreds him. Parasite, bit of sloppy shots, but he does finish the kill. Luminosity, their aggression has been really good so far, but Parasite picks up 3, has the Annihilator available to use right now, as Spacely will shut him down, but time's starting to wind down. Only 25 seconds remaining in this first half. It's going to be Nameless did have control of the drone, and I think Nameless still has that overdrive available to use. So off spawn, I don't think we'll see him use it. So gotta be mindful of that for the second half.
You can see Mirx tosses the drone to the opponent. He's
able
to get the kill as well. Will he go for the 1 point?
He
might go for the dunk. He's still got one more lead blocker carrying there with him. He goes for the...
Oh, and it falls off the map. What was that?
And it's gone. It's all gone.
That was just a sloppy shot, man.
3 missed 1 point plays. And here's where we go back to that. How much did these teams practice and prep for this? I mean, these are some of the better players in the game. Saints. You got right there, Mirx, missing these 1 point tosses. Unacceptable if you're a pro at the top level.
Yeah, that's going to hurt you. I mean, you remember the game between H2K and Optic Gaming on this map? So many missed throws there, and you know, that was more of like an on-the-fly throw by Mirx. It wasn't really like a set throw, but I feel like he was fairly close enough. That I think that should have been a score. And here comes the overdrive by Nameless. I think that might have been a mistake.
That was. Oh my God.
That's actually a big deal.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake there by Nameless, as now he just wastes his overdrive. His teammates are getting shut down from all different areas. Look at how far pushed up. Wait.
They don't have the drone.
Yeah.
Parasite's just going to go ahead and throw this as deep as he can.
That was such a smart play from Parasite. Gets the drone all the way back into the opposing team's base. And yes, congratulations, LG. You're spawn trapping the opponents. The objective is halfway across the map. And there's one player still inside that middle school building, which is Ricky with the name 8.
Yeah, you got John and Spacely both pretty deep inside the complexity base, but the drone still near the middle of the map. 2 go down near mid, 4 complexity, it's going to be replays. Yes, this in hand. He also has overdrive. He's going to pop this now. He's going to go for the toss, and he does connect.
There's
there
the replays.
We go, yep.
He's getting flashbacks to when he used to play on Denial, and it was like one roll was just to throw in the 1 point tosses. Going back to his old ways, he's 10 and 13 right now. Spacely's struggling. He's at 7 and 13, but when you have Saints going 22 and 12, he still has that lightning strike, just saving it. Ready to be utilized whenever it needs to be called in for that perfect moment. Somehow he hasn't been spotted here on this main tank, and he's hitting shots while side strafing in the air. Such sick play from him as his team's still up 2-1.
Yeah, Saints continuing to do damage wherever he's positioned on the map. Drone in control of replays. He's just going to go ahead and toss that off the map. Could have maybe potentially bought a few more seconds if he decided to push over towards the island, but whatever, just resets it right here as it's going to be Saints. Can't take the camera off of this guy. Wherever he goes, he picks up kills, still has that lightning strike whenever he wants to use it.
I'm about to submit a report saying that Saints' M8 is stronger than mine. Yeah, his M8 is stronger than mine. Right now, the drone being pushed up, that's a score. Nice. Finally, a 1 point toss does go in for complexity. They find themselves in a tied up game 2-2. Nameless already has overdrive back. Will he use it right this time around, though? That remains to be seen.
So Complexity were able to get a 1 pointer there, but they lost all control they had on the map. 4 of them go down, and now they're fighting once again from their spawn. So it's going to be Spacely. He picks up the drone. He's just going to drop down. Now's the time where he needs to help his teammates slay. It's going to be replays. Gets him some help right there. Finds 2 more players. Ricky picks up the kill, but the drone is in control of Parasite. Let's switch over to him. Has the Annihilator in his back pocket. He gets taken down. Moving over to Ricky. Everyone I'm switching to his dying, but Nameless, he's the key player to watch here. He's got the overdrive.
Have we seen the Annihilator be used yet so far this map?
I don't think so.
I can't remember even seeing the shots across the street, even if we're not watching them. Nameless, right now, just utilizing those grenades, trying to put some pressure towards that tank side. The smoke is out. One player comes in to challenge. That's Spacely getting the better of him. Ricky now, the last line of defense for Complexity. He's got that sight, able to shut down John, but Spacely's there for the trade.
Hello.
Love the communication between LG. Saints picks up a kill. This is the best chance they've had to score so far, but Nameless just completely dirtied the opponent.
Ooh.
They're not going to be able to get in the 1 point toss. Absolutely heartbreaking for LG, but Saints calls in the lightning. Goes to the toss. There it is. With 100 seconds remaining, just about 90 seconds left now. It's LG who are close to closing out the game 3-0.
John was in a great position to shoot Complexity in the back and continue to make kills, but gotta look out for Spacey. He's playing the long game right now, going for the flank, but his teammates need to pick up these kills. There's the Annihilator, gets shut down, as it's gonna be Nameless. He's got the drone in his hand. He's got a lead blocker in Mirx, also has the overdrive. A 2 point play will give Complexity the lead here.
He tries to move that drone back towards the yellow house. Unfortunately, though, he is taken down with ease. 1 minute remaining, and look at the play from John. He's just going to sit outside Stone.
Look at the Complexity guys.
With that drone, they're like, oh, what? Now they realize we have to get aggressive, and now John will just throw it off the map. They need to make sure not only do they get aggressive and stop the drone carrier from doing this, I actually don't know if I like this decision as of yet. He's got Mirx right in front of him. He tries to throw it off. it stays on the map. Mirx tries to run back and get it. Maybe that's actually a blessing for LG that it's staying on the corner of the map, because now Saison has a top rock, and they can continue to play the same way. He's going to run off. He tossed it to his teammate. That timing couldn't have been worse. No, he stays on the map. Oh, he almost gets the trick kill on his opponent, and now the drone is being pushed up Snow Street. This could be the last-ditch effort for Complexity. Does Ricky know the snow wall? Does he know the toss? From here towards the drone capture point, tries to move it up. He's trying to stay alive outside of yellow.
Oh, no! John jumps on top of Ricky. It's going to be Saints now with the drone in hand, and that might do it. That's right here. The Nameless pop his overdrive. He's popping it right now. 10 seconds. He needs to pick up this kill. He needs to get a one-point play just to tie it up.
No.
But Saints all the way in the back of the game, and that's going to do it, Courage.
That is heartbreaking if you're a Complexity fan. As Ricky goes for the one-point toss, he has a player that literally lands on top of him, and that will do it for the series. Luminosity, 3-0's Complexity. Wow, I'm genuinely shocked.
I was really looking forward to a Game 5 between both these teams. But just like that, LG, you know, 3-0, granted, hardpoint, very close. Uplink, very close. Search and Destroy, not so much, but a 3-0, that's a statement right there.
Parasite leaves the game before it is even done going through the screens. 3-0 for Luminosity to close out our matches for the night over here on the secondary.